Josh and Tommy here at Watch Hill Proper. Today we are going to review Parker's latest release. This is the rye whiskey, 10-year-old age stated. This came out in late 2023, and it is a cask strength rye. Looks like proof of 128.8. It's a 17th edition of Parker's, and this one's a rye. So they do all kinds of different things. Parker's is a homage to Parker Beam, and
perhaps one of the greatest noses, one of the greatest palates ever. I was fortunate enough to work at Heaven Hill. I was unfortunate enough to never get to meet Parker. I started there just a little bit after he died, so I never got to meet him. But just to hear the stories of him is pretty cool.
Yeah. So they donate some of this proceeds to ALS, which Parker died from. But this is a, Parker's is something they play around with. They've got such a wide variety of different releases
really
through Parker's. Yeah, it's always top shelf.
This one's made up, I believe I read, a little over 140 barrels mingled to make.
And you said from different even locations in the
there were 5 different rick houses. H1, H2 would be actually on property. If you were out at Heaven Hill in Bardstown, right across the street, you would see the rick houses. One of those would be H1, H2. The other one, I think it was
3 or 4 rick houses down in Deatsville.
In Deatsville. The other rick houses come from Deatsville. People sometimes lose their minds over barrels that come from Deatsville. They are different,
yeah.
So I get it, but it's pretty cool that there's a blending of H1, H2, and then the 3 from Deatsville. So
plus different floors too.
Different floors all over the board.
Lower floors in H1, H2.
Yeah.
More of a mix of higher mid floors over in Deatsville.
Yeah.
So 128.8. That's pretty high proof for a rye. Of course, they go in at 125.
Yeah.
Into the barrel.
Yeah.
At the proof, so it's got room to get there.
Man, the color looks fantastic. 128
at 10 years. That's a nice color at 10 years.
It is
for sure.
So mash bill 513514. Think of Pikesville rye would be right with that mash bill. So that should be very, very similar to that. A little higher proof, obviously.
Right. 10-year age stated too. So
love it.
Which means it could be older. It's just not younger than 10.
Right.
So
Heaven Hill's been known to put some older juice in that 10-year age state.
It could have 5% or
sure.
15, 16-year stuff in there. You never know.
With the nose.
So on the nose, I'm getting, it's not a real, it's a rye nose, but it's not strong.
No, it's not. I mean, it's not overly rye-y, if that's the word.
There's a lot of alcohol there. So I'm having trouble getting past the alcohol on the nose. And then on the taste.
Man, that's good. It tastes like a Kit Kat bar.
Yeah, I think we'll come back to the nose. I want to go back to the nose when it's empty.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much alcohol in there. I'm just not getting. But the taste is.
It's a little alcohol forward on the nose. I still get a little bit of sweetness on it, but it's pretty alcohol forward on the nose.
Yeah, I can't really get anything. But the taste is.
Man.
Of course, you're in my wheelhouse now. We've crossed into where life begins for me, and above 125.
Yeah, it's pretty tasty.
That's everything I'm looking for in a whiskey.
Man.
So for a rye, you say this is what mash bill?
So it'll be 513514 is what Heaven Hill will use with their ryes, which.
So with that 35% corn is going to be where a lot of this sweetness comes from.
For sure.
Because it's not the 95.5 rye that you get out of Indiana. This is sweeter.
Certainly.
A lot sweeter.
Yeah.
But still
and,
rye.
and they do more Maryland style rye. Heaven Hill does. Pikesville is, uh, Maryland would be a more corn heavy,
Right.
maybe as opposed to a Pennsylvania, which would be uh, more rye heavy.
Yeah. What do you think that 14% barley does for them? That's a high.
It is. So the only thing that I get whenever I have taught whiskeys and sipping whiskey, what malted barley does is certainly works as what gets the process going. You're going to get the germination type of thing going in your fermentation. But the only thing that to me that malted barley leaves is on the finish. There is on the back palate, you'll get kind of a confectioner's sugar. That is the result of malted barley. At least in my experience, that's what it doesn't bring a whole lot to the taste game, but it does leave a little bit of a residual effect after you're finished. Like my mouth doesn't have any whiskey in it, but I'm still getting that residual sugar effect. That to me is what malted barley brings. Not overly. You're not going to get. It doesn't bring what rye and corn bring to the table, but it does bring a little bit of a residual effect, and certainly it's the process of the whiskey going.
Yeah. That's a high malted barley content.
That is.
Because I'm not a big fan of malted whiskey.
Yeah. Heaven Hill Standard Mash Bill is 78, 10, 12. So there's still 12% malted barley across the board.
But it helps It helps the sugars and the yeast too, right? And like that's a big
It just
factor.
gets that process going. It's like sowing grass seed. When you would, you might put a little rye or something in there to get everything germinated. That's kind of what malted barley does.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm a fan of this. I haven't had this until right now. It's good.
So the taste, it's a little sweeter than a typical rye, but man, that warm Kentucky hug, that finish is where I'm loving life.
Holding that on your tongue for 3 or 4 seconds, wow, there's a lot that comes out. Lots of sweet.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. That's good.
That's really delicious. So now I can get back in this glass.
Yeah.
and actually smell
the true
something.
Empty glass nosing.
So man, there's still a lot of alcohol in there. But
oh man, the right side of mine.
So the flat Coke note that you typically get from a rye, it's there, but it's muted. It's muted.
For sure.
It's fruitier. It's sweet. Yeah, that's a good nose. It's a fantastic nose.
It is.
Yeah. So how would you rate the nose?
It's high H for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. 88, 89.
Yeah. This is more my game. I like it. I'm 8-9 at least.
Yeah. I think 8-9 is very, very fair. 8-9 plus, even a little bit maybe.
On the taste?
Taste, I'm right there. I'm a fan. I think there are certain ryes for me that kind of set the standard. They don't all come from Heaven Hill. There are other ryes. This is it could be in the same league with those. With those, I think it's a big boy rye.
For sure.
I'm going to go right there. I'm going to be at 8-9, 9,
okay.
9-0.
And then the finish.
Yeah, I'm still. I'm going to go just a tad lower, maybe an 8-8 on the finish. But I think I'm pretty well 8-9 to 9 all the way across the board. Finish maybe just a little bit 88 minus.
Yeah, I think we can call this at 8-9.
I think it's very fair at 8-9. Here again, it falls in that category. Can you find a bottle? If you can, buy it. It's good.
Oh, for sure. This one's going to be tough to find. Parker's is always a hard to get. I think we said it was 17. This is the 17th edition.
Yeah.
Here at Watch Hill, we've got 13 of those. They come and go. We may have 17 when you stop in at some point, and then people drink through them, and we have to, figure out how to get those replenished. But
it's fantastic.
We have a lot of these. They're fun to kind of taste through all the different expressions. The early ones were some high proof stuff and different things. Boy, it was some amazing different things that they did.
Have you ever had the Promise of Hope that they did?
Yeah, we go through that pretty quickly around here. So
crazy.
Yeah, that was a good one. That's probably their most popular expression. Anything else about Parker Beam, Parker's expression?
No,
Hill.
I mean, I'm a fan. I wish I would have gotten a meeting. I love the fact that I did some stuff when I was at Heaven Hill where I got to go in the Rick House and was able to use his whiskey thief once or twice, which
Yeah.
is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's Parker Bean. So, but now I'm a fan. I know I'm a homer for there, but I love this company. I have for a long time, so it's great.
Well, and
they've
done him good with naming these.
They have, man.
Parker's is always one of their premium expressions. They do William Heavenhill, and then they do, they do some of the better stuff with like Elijah Craig Full Proof and their Old Fitzgerald. But Parker's is always hard to find. It's always unique. It's different every year when it comes out.
I have said on another review that we did that I think we were reviewing Angel's Envy, and I said, if Lincoln Henderson was around, taste that whiskey, I think that he would be just so proud. And I think, if Parker Bean, this is doing nothing but making him happy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Which is cool.
So, go try to find you some Parkers. This one's a good one, the Rye 10-year. So
get ready to stand in line.
That's right. Proper. See you next time.
See you. Hey guys, I'm Tommy. This is Josh. We're the owners of Watch Hill Proper. We are the largest American whiskey bar in the world. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. We'd love for you guys to come out and visit us. We offer, elevated cuisine, great cocktail list, and the wall is what people show up to see.
Definitely can satisfy your palate from standpoint of whiskeys, different bourbons, different flights. You can make your own, but we have wines, cocktails. Michael Crouch is our chef.
I was going to say,
amazing food. So we'd love to have you come out and visit. Join us for dinner. Join us for a tasting. Check us out on the website, watchhillproper.com. You can make reservations. You can see our events that we have on the calendar, and we'd love to have you.